I am curious where this is going because to jump into a random stream and say I want to ask chat something is very weird. So just make sure you're not thinking about doing something that means I gotta play moderator. Because I don't like having to play moderator. I like that. I haven't seen that emote from Brittle. That's a good one. Alright, no idea what that is, but I'm gonna say, how about no? In fact, I'm gonna time out to erase that. Like, people know I am very, very much someone who'll be like, hey, you know, check out this person's stream. This person's stream is awesome. Like, people hop in. I mean, just gonna make it clear that, you know, that kind of joke is generally not well received by streamers. Because it's like one thing if I'm like, hey, check out, you know, check out someone's channel. But like if you hop into someone's channel and go, hey, check out my friend's stream or check out my stream or help us with this other stream, that is... Alright, I'm going to say, Shelton, this is the end of that topic. And that's just the way it's going to be, and usually I don't have to worry about that kind of stuff. But I've said that, not going to allow it. Any more messages, and you'll be shown the door. I mean, plus, if it's a person who has a bot they do not want in their channel for some reason, which would be difficult for them to put that in there without them wanting it, they can ban the bot and then the bot's gone. If it's someone who has put a bot in their own channel for some reason, that's their bot. If you don't like it, you gotta ask the streamer, and they can tell you to, you know, kindly go away, or they can, you know, commiserate. Alright, one moment. Bye. And the reason I did that was very clearly, like, they were just trying to promote the other channel. I asked them to chill, and the next thing is like, they're basically plugging the emotes from that channel. So, they just didn't get the message. I mean, I don't think they cared whether or not they got the message. Their whole goal was just to promote the other channel. Like I said, I'm actually really cool about promoting people's channel. Like, when I have people pop in who I'm like, oh, hey, I know you stream. Like, and, you know, I viewed your content, it's good. Let's plug you. Like when Longclaw drops in here, Even though he never asked for anything, I'm like, I'm just going to plug you because you're here, and you're just going to have to live with that. Same with, like, Inverse Flux, or Lawful Falafel, or any of the others. Royale with Cheese. Ziggy D Live when he's popped in here, I've always made sure to shout him out. So I'm all for promoting people's channels, but it's on my terms. This is also true. And, like, for example, I know a number of people here stream, and, like, there are times that people bring up their stream. Now, it is weird if just someone hops in and starts talking about their stream. Like, even if you're a regular, if you just start popping in and start talking about your stream, it's like, that's kind of, like, I'm not upset about that. It's kind of weird. Like, it's not rude. Like, that's too strong a word for it. But it's like, alright. At the same time, usually when I see people pop, it's like, hey, how was your stream? And then you're like, you're good to talk about your stream. When I bring it up, do it all you like. You know, within that conversation, of course. Like, be reasonable. It'd be like the same thing. Like if I hop into Inverse's stream, for example, I'm just like, my stream was great. I hope your stream's going well. We did all these wonderful things in my stream. It's like, that's super cringe, man. I would hope Inverse would, like, at least DM me and be like, yeah, please don't do that. But I don't do that, so it's not a problem. But that's the point I'm getting at. And that's what that moment very much felt like. And like, if anyone in here that was like a regular... Exactly. Like, but if anyone, like, hopped in here who was a regular, like, let's... You know, if Whistlebeak hopped in here and, you know, was doing that, it'd very much be a thing I'd, like, shoot Whistlebeak a DM and, or, like, say someone's like, hey, you know, could you not? But I've not had to do that to anyone. And besides, channel rules. No self-promotion unless I give permission. And I do often give permission. By someone hopping in here and be like, tell me about your stream. Tell me how it's going. Plug yourself. Yeah, I mean, so to a certain extent, I get it. And the reason I get it is getting anywhere in streaming is extremely difficult. And requires, you know, like the cross-promotion kind of thing. But good cross-promotion is like going out of your way to raid other people at the end of every stream, trying to find people with similar audiences. That way you can expose your audience to them, and as kind of a nice little pushback as well, their audience is exposed to you by the means of the stream. Now, if I go to stream and someone is just like, oh, you raided me, completely ignore it and not say anything at all, it's like, alright, well, I just won't raid them again because, you know, that's not cool. I mean, unless it's like a one-person raid and I'm doing it all the time and it's spammy or something like that, but, like, that's whatever. Like, that doesn't bother me, but I do know some people, they feel it as kind of like self-promotion-ish when you're coming at the raid that's clearly just yourself. But, like, that's fine. But, like, that's good cross-promotion, is when you raid each other. Even just tuning into other people's channels on a regular basis and being a participant in their community is a form of cross-promotion, where it's like, hey, I'm being visible in your community. And, like, that's good for both of us. Like, if anyone's trying to pick up, like, getting started streaming, the one thing I found is the most effective way of growing is just making sure to consistently raid people, a variety of people, who are similar to your own channel, and I generally try and go out of my way to mostly raid people in smaller channels. Once in a while, if I see someone particularly, I'm like, I really like this person's channel, like, I'm going to raid them very specifically because I like their channel. And that's a thing. But, like, most of the time, if I have, like, 50, 60, 70 viewers on, I'm going to look for a channel that's somewhere between, like, 10 and 30 viewers, somewhere in that ballpark, if I can find one who's playing the same game, who seems chill. Because that's going to make their day. It's going to help them out a whole lot. And then, like, you know, that's a few more eyeballs who are going to see my channel. Versus when you're rating stuff that are like 500+ people, it's not the same. Yeah, I mean, honestly, and like, I'm no expert in streaming. I am not partner yet. I have seen very fast growth, considering I don't have a YouTube, I don't have anything else, and while I do, like, people do know and recognize me, I've completely gone out of my way to keep my real-life identity separate from my Twitch. For professional reasons. So all that clout I could lean on, I've kept away. And again, for professional reasons. But I've grown very fast considering that. Is it some, like, knockouts no one's ever heard of fast? No, not even remotely. But quick. And that's cool, and that's mostly thanks to other people. Like, just helping me out. But a big thing is, you know, having a very reliable and predictable schedule. Making sure, like, the types of things you're doing on stream are consistent. Oh yeah, that's exactly, like, and I've been open about, I only started streaming because I had some friends I was playing GTA RP on the TSRP server with that were going to be out of town for a little while, and they were feeling left out because, you know, stuff in RP moves fast, like unreasonably fast. And so being gone like a day or two, you have to play catch up just to figure out what you've missed. Yep. Networking is also important. But so they were just gonna miss a couple days. I'm like, hey, you know what? I have fiber, I've got a computer that's plenty capable of streaming, you know, I've tested streaming before. Like, once. And, you know, it all, like, I can stream, it's no problem. I'll stream it so you guys who can't be, quote-unquote, in town, you know, can watch from my perspective and enjoy that. Yeah. Like, networking's tricky. It's just like in the professional situation, like, when I go to conferences, you do want to network. That's one of your core values you get out of network, you know, conferences is networking. All the stuff you learn in the presentations, congratulations, go load up YouTube. Go, you know, see one of the 30 times that same person has given that same conference talk, because that's what you do, is you recycle talks, because most people haven't seen them, so there's no reason not to, if the content is still valuable. But it's meeting other people and all that. But it's finding organic ways to talk to other people such that you can network. Because if you just go up and it's like, oh, here's, you know, here's this VP of an organization at Microsoft or Google or whatever, and you just walk up and just butt your way into a conversation, no one's going to respect that. And they're going to just remember you as someone who butts into conversations. And it's the same thing with streaming. If I just go to, like, especially if it's someone who's a larger streamer, and just immediately jump in and be like, hey, we should work together on something, their first answer is going to be, who the heck are you? And not in, like, a negative way. They're like, why does this person think this is a thing? And it's just, you know, be respectful, be, you know, you can be active in their community and all that kind of stuff. They get to know you, they get to like you, all that kind of stuff, and maybe they might do something with you. Or you prove your chops independently, and then be like, hey, are you, like, I've done stuff. Oh yeah, absolutely. Like, that is... There's, like, the whole thing about, you know, when people, like, propose to get married and all that, and there's, you know, when you do something, like, romantic, the two of you, or you're among, like, strangers, where there's no pressure for the person to say yes when they don't want to. Great. When you go and you do the thing where it's like, you don't know if the person's really going to want to, and so you go in front of your family or their family and then do it in front of their family, like on Christmas or something. It's like, don't ever be that person. So the equivalent is like, or at least make 100% sure they're going to say yes. That, like, going through and just, you know, doing the proposal is more the formality of it. Like, generally, if you're not sure that they're going to say yes, you probably shouldn't. You should probably get your relationship into a point that you're like, yeah, this person's going to say yes when I do this. We're just, you know, this is just going through the proper thing. But the point was, don't do that to them, that same thing where it's like, you're putting them on the spot in front of someone who is involved with them, you know, their audience or whatever, and going, hey, I want to do this thing, and effectively forcing all that peer pressure on them where they can't make a decision without feeling like there are consequences now. Versus in a DM, they can be like, yeah, I'm just not interested. Like, nothing personal, it's just not what I want. Or going, hey, but there's some things we gotta hash out, not legally speaking, but like details to make sure this is something that is mutually beneficial and all that. But you cannot do that in a public situation. Yeah, like, technically when I proposed to my wife, it wasn't a public setting, but, like, we were both, like, I was pretty much 100% sure she was going to say yes, because, like, we had ring shopped and everything else, so it's like, really asking was just the formality. You know, and plus it was one of these corny things that I took her back to, like, the place we went for our very first date, on the anniversary of our very first date, all that kind of crap, like... I'm a romantic. I do that kind of crap. But yeah, that was one, like, there really wasn't a question about a yes or no answer. Like, I wasn't sweating bullets when I was asking. It was more just being swept up in the moment that it was happening. Yeah, and yeah, no, that's fair. And when I say it's public, it's not like I went to, like, the middle of an open space and forced everyone to deal with it kind of thing. It was, like, kind of, you know, in the corner of a restaurant or type thing. You know, certainly people saw it, but it wasn't like we were trying to be the center of attention or anything. Right, yeah, oh god, no. Yeah, that's... You gotta make really sure that person's on board with that. Alright, our cabbage is gonna go bad soon. Yeah. No, I can definitely understand and respect that. Like, I've seen, like, the big jumbotron proposal or stuff, and it's like you can see sometimes where the person they're proposing to, you almost see them like, is this really the way you're going to do this? And I've definitely seen times where they've done it, and it's very clear the answer isn't going to be yes, and the jumbotron, like, the camera kind of quickly tries to get away. But yeah, communication, respect. Important things for any relationship, whether it's professional or personal. Yeah, like honestly, the fact that Ziggy has raided me, I think it's 3 times now? Like, that blew me away. Like, I tossed Ziggy a raid, and it was, I think, like 50 people or something like that. It was more, I watched his, channel so much, and I'm like, hey, I can actually raid Ziggy. Like, it was nothing about getting raided back or anything else. It's just like, I wanted to do something because I like his channel, and I, haven't had the opportunity to do more than subscribe a couple of times. And then him turning around, dropping 500 people on me, I'm like, what is even happening? I don't understand. And the fact that, like, he tuned in the channel once or twice where he was just hanging out, like, just because, and it's like, I don't, like, this does not compute to me. It was very much a humbling moment. It's like, I must be doing something right that this person that I followed for so long is hanging out here. I also will never get used to raids of literally hundreds of people. But yeah, coming back to like the way the channel started, like I was playing Project Zomboid, RimWorld, Noita, a bunch of different games because I was getting away from GTRP. Like, partly I was just burned out on RP, and partly it's like, okay, I was getting really close to affiliate. I'm like, okay, I can make affiliate happen. Like, we're right there. And I was like on the fence of affiliate for I don't even want to guess how long, like several months. And then just, it was Trustin, who is a Project Zomboid, well, he's a variety streamer, but does, like, a lot of Project Zomboid. Dropped a raid on us of, like, 70-something people. And people just, they love the PZ content, that blew up. So what I'm going to end up doing is I'm going to have, like, a forward base, so it's not going to be a full proper base like we've got going on in Ekron. It's just going to be a house that we can sleep in. I might toss, like, a water dispenser or two in there. And so what I'll end up doing is fighting from here a couple days in a row, then running back to, get more weapons, get more food, that kind of stuff. So there'll still be some commuting, but we'll kind of do like these little sorties of 4 or 5, 6, 7 days or whatever we can pull off and bounce back and forth. And that's because we're going to find stuff that, we don't, like we're going to want to bring home kind of thing. So we just want to ferry that back home. Because once we're done at the riverside, we're not coming back. At least not in any meaningful capacity. Like, we might stop back just to clear out some zombies that move into the area, but that's about it. Yeah, then after Trustin's raid, like, made affiliate. Cool. And it's just people in the Project Zomboid community kept finding their way to my stream, and that's been wonderful. And the Project Zomboid community is amazing, for the record. Very similar to like most of the Path of Exile community is fantastic. Hey, you! I didn't realize you were there. I don't like trees. It's also funny because I had mentioned Ziggy on stream a couple of times because we had talked about other games that we could play on stream, and like Kenshi would come up, and I like Kenshi, and I tried to stream Kenshi, and oh my god, Kenshi is like possibly one of the least entertaining things to watch stream if you don't have a streamer who is very entertaining on their own. So I very quickly pivoted because I'm like, I would not watch this. Like, the content I am producing with this game, I would not watch. I would tune away super fast. And I was like, I feel like it takes a very, very talented streamer to stream that game successfully. And I had mentioned that, Ziggy is one of the people I've seen stream Kenshi and make it a very fun experience. I think it's only like a couple days after that we got the opportunity to raid Ziggy. And actually, with all this talking about Ziggy, in a moment I'm going to drop a shout out just because I have the power to do that. And Ziggy deserves all the love people can give. Yeah, and it's interesting. So many communities are rough. I believe that's correct. Yep. Yeah, Ziggy Live streams a lot of stuff. But the one he's, I believe, most known for, in my opinion, is Path of Exile. Just like, I think it was only 2 days ago, they announced their new league, and to give you an idea how talented of a streamer he is, GGG, Grinding Gear Games, who is the company who makes Path of Exile, has Ziggy do like the interviewing of the CEO of the company and all that during their like league announcements and all that kind of stuff, moderate the Q&A and all that. So, very talented person. Oh, I didn't... Yeah. Yep, he has a podcast he does well. I wasn't under the impression he actually works for them. I could be wrong about that. If that is a thing, that'd be a change. But even then, like, that just shows you how much he would mean to them, is that they're like, no, actually, we want to make sure we keep this person around. And just a very fun, entertaining streamer. Plays a variety of games. Like, definitely plays, a fair share of Path of Exile, but usually he plays, like, a good, I'd say, what would you say, like, a month-ish of Path of Exile, like, after League launch? And then after that point, like, he'll start hopping between a bunch of different games. And every single time, like, he's just an entertaining person. It doesn't matter what he's playing, you'll have a good time. Yeah, whether or not they pay him is kind of irrelevant in the conversation, I guess. Because it's just, he showed enough talent that they were like, yeah, this is a person, like, we want to keep this person doing this, like, he's just awesome. The reason I'm backing up is that tree. I could lose line of sight just for a second, and that'd be enough for me to miss the zombie, and then the zombie would be able to get a hit in after. I've actually gotten hurt that way before. We just momentarily lose target. It counts you as hitting the tree, and then the zombie, who doesn't actually need visual on you, just grabs you, and that's like, oh, well. Rip. Yep, you hear me. This way. Please come through the already busted window. Don't bust another window. It's unnecessary. You suck. Oh, fine, whatever. Come on. Alright, I couldn't stay in this place if I wanted. With all those busted windows and everything, it just wouldn't be safe. Oh, excellent. More ice cream. So, this place is a no-go. Ooh, wait. Glue. Give me the glue. The rest of this I don't need, but the glue is good. And also, for people who haven't been here before, those gates, they don't exist. Like, they look there, but you drive through them, you don't take damage, they don't take damage, everything's fine. They just don't exist. Purely cosmetic. Thank you so much for the follow, Mr. Toiki. Welcome to the stream. And if I mispronounce that, please correct me. And I will try and do better in the future. With cosmetic barrier cream? Excellent. Wait a second, did they change this place? Hold up. I don't remember this being up here. This is very new, whatever this is. Like, that must be new for multiplayer, I'm guessing. Like, before there was just a T here, and then you go on these roads that went on forever that didn't have much on them, until you got to, like, the golf course and that. Yeah, that's like a giant parking lot there. I guess it made sense, because in hindsight there was no parking lot for the main resort. Well, I mean, there was a parking lot, but it was like 6 cars or something for that giant, like, convention center for, like, the main building or whatever. Just pulling it out of the intersection. check that all out in a minute. The car is a wreck, so I can't get in to check the glove box or anything, so had it been locked, it would have been SOL, but... I am going to just do a lap around the parking lot here because I'm curious what this is. But I do think it's time that we have to retreat to go to sleep because I'm not going to have enough stamina to push our way in. Oh, you are just a parking lot. Okay, sure, I guess that checks out. But yeah, so we're right about to hit drowsy. I can't sleep in this thing with all the windows and the door missing. That's just a way to wake up dead. I don't want to sleep in the car and have my car window get smashed in. Like, we'll probably be fine in that case, but then our car's all beat up. Oh, and our water bottle's empty. We do have a spare, but, you know. And with how hard we're riding the engine on this, it should be loud as hell. Should drag out the zombies that aren't already out here. But yeah, we are making excellent progress in this. But my goal is to try and push into these, there's like 8 or 10 kind of like really nice houses. Is to get my foot into one of those houses and then clear out that part of the neighborhood and then just work through the country club from that location. But I'm just going to use one of the houses as a forward base. We're not going to board up the windows. We're not going to put a big bunch of effort into it. We're just going to sleep in the bed, have a blind closed, and clear the zombies. Yep, that'll ruin this van. That'll be an issue forever, is that the occasional zombie wandering out in the road like that. That's the reason going up, I take the time to, you know, go slower. But going down, I'm like, alright, we shouldn't see too many. I want to draw them out with the noise, so let's make some noise. Yep, that's probably 4 zombies we've killed with vehicles on accident. Maybe 5. Yep, all those zombies I accidentally kill with the car, though, that just means if someone wants to follow after me and get a higher kill count, that's opportunity for them to get ahead, because those are zombies that are gone forever and will never count towards my kill count. You got a zombie in here hitting their wall somewhere. Posture check. Thank you. I was leaning forward, trying to figure out where that zombie was. Because as a reminder for people, I do have a filter I put on OBS that increases the gamma somewhere in the area about 15-20%. So it makes it a little bit brighter for all of you than it is for me. So when I say it's really dark and I can't see in the dark, I mean it. It's super freaking dark. I already have that one, so it goes in the fire. Alright, twine. Glue. I don't know where your food's gonna go. I still don't know where the food's gonna go. Of course, it's ever so slightly too much to fit there, and probably here too. Yep. Great. Where's the oil we have? Okay, let's grab a tube of olive oil. And in exchange, I shall leave you a butter. That's full as well. That's mostly full. I might be able to fit... Yeah, garbage bag. Oh, right. I'm still carrying around a gun with a bunch of bullets. So in this game, is this in a bottle? I'm pretty sure it's in a bottle in this game. Yeah, no, it's in a bottle, like a glass bottle. You can actually buy olive oil in bottle or tube. Usually on a tube, it'll be like basil and olive oil together or something like that. So it's like more intended for you you get your salad and you just kind of blast it with some of that.